The United States is the undisputed leader on the world stage. Since the founding of the nation, diplomats have shaped American history. They found support for America's independence, helped our country grow westward, secured peace after World War II, and met the challenge of communism. Too often, we only recognize their sacrifice when things go wrong.
This is the worst attack there has ever been against the United States in the Middle East. The explosion devastated the embassy here on the edge of the Mediterranean in West Beirut.
2 bombs that exploded at virtually the same time at the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, killing scores.
The U.S. ambassador to Libya and 3 embassy staffers have been killed in an attack on the U.S. consulate in the Libyan city of Benghazi.
I've seen firsthand the sacrifice of Foreign Service families. My father was a consular officer, and my mother worked right alongside him.
It's done because people love the concept of serving their country, and they love the idea of taking American ideals abroad, taking our values and trying to promote them in various places, and also in doing so, helping to protect the interests of our country at home.
From Benjamin Franklin, America's first diplomat, to today's professional foreign service. These are the foot soldiers on the front lines of America's foreign policy. These are America's diplomats. In 1979, it became clear just how exposed our diplomats can be when 52 American diplomats and citizens were held hostage in Iran.
It was, in some ways, an ideal assignment if it all hadn't come crashing down on the 4th of November.
Here was not an embassy. It was a CIA center. This was a den of espionage, where they were plotting against the Iranian people.
The United States had admitted the deposed Shah of Iran for medical treatment. I think we expected that there would be some reaction, but what we did not expect was that when the embassy was taken, those in charge, those in authority, would actually side with the occupiers. I was actually outside the door on the 2nd floor attempting to talk down the attackers and to dissuade them from what they were doing, a task at which I was notably unsuccessful.
The Iran hostage crisis would not end quickly.
I got a care package from home, from my family, and it included some books. And the books were things like War and Peace, Brothers Karamazov. In other words, average length about 1,200 pages. And I think the message was pretty clear at that point. They said, you're in for the long term.
The hostages spent 444 days in captivity in Iran.
Some 30 minutes ago, the planes bearing our prisoners left Iranian airspace and are now free of Iran.
It was a defining moment in American history, reminded us of the vulnerability of our diplomats. People remember the hostage crisis, and it skewed our relations with a really important country in the region, made it difficult to reach an understanding over nuclear matters.
Nairobi, Kenya, August 7th, 1998. Ambassador Prudence Bushnell was in her office.
I had finally gotten a meeting scheduled with the Minister of Commerce. The press had just left. We had gotten our requisite cup of tea. I was sitting next to the minister on a couch, and we heard a boom that sounded to me like a construction boom. And I asked, is there construction going on? I was the last one up and had taken a few steps when this boom, huge percussion came and threw me back. Some shadowy figures went by. I thought simultaneously, I'm going to die.